Hi everybody, Alex Deployed from Expert Forex, and welcome to today's video. We're going to be looking at two account selection tools that have been added to you to find the best accounts to link your accounts to. Now, of course, I'm talking about the Link to Success service where you can link your own trading account to that of a successful robot trader. So let's have a look at these two tools that have been added. Okay, so here we are on the Link to Success web page, and basically again the theme of this page is, are you tired of seeing other robot traders succeed while you are battling, and now you don't need to wonder whether you can develop the trading skills to earn above average robot trading income, and you will see the great income you can link your account to below. So let's go straight down and have a look at that particular bit of information. And here we are, this week's accounts that you can link to. There are 74 linkable accounts that you can link to. They are all profitable. And now what have we added to help you in your selection process? And I'm going to go through the two items that we've added, but then I'm going to have a look at some other areas that you can look at. Firstly, we have added the number of live accounts that have been linked to each service. So in the selection process, sometimes traders look at what other traders are doing and they're saying, why are there 81 traders linking to link 24 and so on? So they use the linked account information as a guide as to which accounts they have to link to. So we've added that in, and hopefully that will give you some guidance how popular certain accounts are. So that's the one tool that we've added. Now the next tool, and I need to go down to the weekly movement schedule, and there it is. This is the one that looks at the past 8 weeks. And also looks at the last week, what has happened in the last week. It also gives you a little bit more information about the accounts since they were listed. Not since they started trading, but since they were listed. And here you can see the overall gains that were made since the accounts were listed. And also we can look at this week's performance. So you can look down here, this week's gains. You can look at the gains made, 4%, 12%, and so on as we go down, 15%. There's one that's made a loss, 21% gain, 11% loss there. But as you can see, that is overshadowed by the number of gains that have been made. But here's where we've made a change. So what we've said, don't look at the whole history of the account. Just look at the last 8 weeks, which is basically the last 2 months of an account. Because what happens is that the traders, in fact, improve their settings over time. So the last 8 weeks are more important to look at than the total for the whole account. So if you look at this, the best week now represents the best week over the last 8 weeks, and the worst week now represents the worst week over the last 8 weeks. And that gives you quite a lot of information. So if you look at this account, the best week has been over $10,000, but the worst week has only been less than $400. And in fact, number 24 hasn't had a negative week in the last 8 weeks. And you can go down here and see how the negative weeks compared to the positive weeks. And like for instance, that one, no negative weeks over the last 8 weeks, no negative weeks. That one's fairly new. It's only come in, so it's not representative of the last 8 weeks, and so on. So you can actually have a look at that particular statistic, and that is quite critical in selecting your accounts that you want to link to, because you don't want to expose yourself to, so let's say for instance, here's a new account that's had quite a big negative week there, but the positive weeks have been quite good, and this week has been particularly good. So that obviously is a more volatile type of account to link to compared to an account that has never had a negative week, and you can then have more stability with those type of accounts. Okay, so those are the two items we've added. We've added the 8-week review of best weeks and worst weeks, and we've added the live account data. And I hope that helps you considerably during your selection process. Now, the other thing that you need to look at, and I'll just give you a few ideas, is if you look at the FX Blue links there, and let's click on this one. And if we look at the balance graph that you can see here, what you need to be very careful of is look for these periods over here like that when it's absolutely flat. When it's flat like that, it means that the account was in drawdown over that particular period, and it gives you an idea of the drawdown level. So here you can see steady growth. So when looking at these charts, be very careful to see how long these drawdown periods last, because you don't want to have an account where you're going to be in drawdown for maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks and then slowly start becoming positive again. But this one isn't too bad. Let's go and see if we can find some other examples. And this one here might also show the drawdowns a little bit more. No? Yes, and here you can see it has fairly long drawdown period, then growth, drawdown period, growth, drawdown period, then growth. So you need, whenever you see these flat periods, that's a guide to how long the drawdown periods are. And that is also a reason why you should be trading portfolios. In other words, trading 5 or 6 of these linked accounts, so that when one of the accounts goes into this flat mode here, that the other accounts keep on trading and keep the portfolio from moving forward. We could look at link 12, and link 12 is an example of one that has very nice steady growth at the end, and that's why we started looking at the most recent 8 weeks rather than the total period, because you can see in the beginning it did battle, it had some drawdown periods, there's a long drawdown period, but since then the trader has worked out the settings to be more productive, more constructive, and you can see the smooth balance chart after that. Now I hope this has helped you, given you some ideas on what to look at. You can look at how many live accounts are being followed. You can look at the drawdowns and gains over the last 8 weeks, which is also a new thing. And then you can look at the balance charts given by FX Blue to see these flat drawdown periods and how they might affect you. If you don't see them in the latest ones, it means that the trader has found better settings that will not expose the trading to these long drawdowns. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and just a reminder that if you want to join this fantastic linking service, the average monthly gain for these 70 accounts is 16% per month. Now that's a huge number. I'm saying 16% per month. Please have a look at this linking service if you haven't joined it as yet. There is at the moment a 14-day trial that you can go and do. Here we go. For $1 you can do 14-day trial of the service. See how it suits you, see how much money you make in those 14 days, and then you can decide whether this is a good alternative to your Forex trading, whether you want to trade your own robots or whether you want to trade your own manual strategies. This is a third option where you can merely link your account to these fantastic accounts and earn these great monthly returns. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.